friends, Milana Shlopak from UK. VisaSuccess.com is here, where the UK immigration system is explained in simple terms. This is part one of my Permanent Right to Reside series, where I'm explaining various routes for EU nationals and their family members to apply for permanent residence in the UK. If you haven't watched my overview video, you may do so by clicking the link below, and you may also subscribe to the entire series where you'll be getting all 6 videos with an explanation of various routes for permanent right of residence in the UK. Today's video is all about the rights to reside in the UK for EU nationals who have been exercising their treaty rights, working, studying, or being self-sufficient over the last 5 years, and their family members. This is probably one of the most common routes to settlement, and this is probably one of the most popular categories, and this is quite straightforward one. In this video and in the series of other videos, I'll be explaining various tips which will help you towards your permanent right of residence application. So let us begin with category number 1.
Okay, so who has acquired a permanent right of residence in the UK? Well, the first category is all about EU nationals. According to EU Regulations 2016, it is an EU national who has resided in the UK in accordance with these regulations for a continuous period of 5 years. Okay, let me split this definition into manageable parts so that you are crystal clear about the meaning of this particular regulation. Let us begin with the resided in accordance with regulations. All this means is that EU national had a legal right to reside in the UK throughout the relevant period of time. You'll be surprised to find out that after 3 months of residing in the UK, an EU national will lose his or her right to remain in the UK unless they become what is known qualified person. Qualified person is either a job seeker, they can only be job seekers for a short period of time, a worker, a self-employed person, a self-sufficient, or a student. So if you have resided in the UK in any of the above categories, chances are that you have resided in the UK in accordance with regulations. Moving on to the next part, you have resided in the UK for a continuous period. Generally, this means that your absences from the UK have not exceeded more than 6 months in any year. So there are some exceptions to these rules, which I'll explain in my do-it-yourself practical guide, which is called Permanent Right to Reside in the UK for EU nationals and their family members. So if your total number of absences exceeds 6 months in a year, you may subscribe to this video series by following this link, bit.ly/PR rules. If you have already subscribed to this video series, just wait for my email where I explain everything about this practical guide. Okay, next term is 5 years. This is a pretty straightforward requirement. You will qualify as long as you provide enough evidence to prove that you have been living in the UK as a worker, student, self-employed, or self-sufficient over the last 5 years. And this is all you need to know for this part. I told you I'll split this into manageable parts, so I'm sure that you are now much more clear about the what the first category is all about. And so if you have not subscribed yet to my video series about categories of those who may qualify for permanent residence, please do so at bit.ly /PR rules. It is very important that you do this sooner rather than later, because as you know, the rules are about to change in the near future. So you will benefit, if you qualify, you will benefit from to apply for permanent residence as soon as possible. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with those who may benefit from this information. As always, this video was created by me, Svetlana Shlapak, at ukvisasuccess.com, where the UK immigration system is explained in simple terms. Have a fantastic day.